I want my child to have options. I want them to be able to be whatever they want to be. And I felt like that was being stifled for my son, and I wanted to be able to provide options for him. I didn't want his dyslexia to get in the way of those options. Margie, I can't believe it's been 10 years. When I first called you, my son was 9 years old. He's now 19. He just finished his second year in college. Yeah, which is not a place that I thought he'd be.
So Suzanne, you are the mom of a child with dyslexia. Can you go back in time a little bit and talk about what that felt like?
So in the beginning, it was both a relief and difficult at the same time. I felt a relief that we had a diagnosis and we knew what was going on, and I felt that that was a gateway to getting the help that he needed. At the same time, as I started to branch out and look for information, it was really difficult. And that's where I met you, Margie. Happened to pick up the phone and randomly call you, and you answered, which was amazing. And the fact that you are an expert in reading and literacy, and also, you know, really your passion is dyslexia and helping people with dyslexia. And so I felt very fortunate to be able to speak with you that very first time.
I remember that conversation very well. I remember talking to you, and I could feel your angst. I could feel your, wanting to do the best thing for your child, having been there myself. And I think we just hit it off.
When I had first called you, he was so frustrated, and I had little hope that he would even finish college, and just really wanted him to come out with the basics of understanding how to read and be able to find something that he had a passion for in life. And he has found that passion and exceeded my expectations. So thank you.
You're so welcome.
So Margie, I'm wondering if there is any advice that you would give parents from the professional perspective at the beginning of their journeys.
What I often say to parents is, you know your child better than anyone else. You know your child, like you said, socially, emotionally, and also you know all the things your child is good at and enjoys doing. And the educator doesn't necessarily see that side of the child. The educator sees the child who's struggling and who may lack the confidence to say, oh, I'm a great artist, or I'm a great soccer player. I wonder what you would want somebody in my position to understand about you and what you were experiencing, so that person, that expert, could be more helpful.
Margie, I think it's more than just the expertise. I think that knowing that the parent is also a person and has a lot of emotion tied into this. So as a parent, I was looking for that information. I wanted to better understand dyslexia and how to get the help my child needed. But at the same token, it was such an emotional journey for me. I found that some experts would really give me information at a level that I didn't always understand, or was so technical that it really wasn't helping me get at what I needed. But I think really bringing it to the parent's level and what they can take in such an emotional state. A lot has changed in 10 years. There are so many more resources out there for parents. Now there are online resources that were never in existence before, like the community on understood.org. I wish I had understood when my son was younger, because of their daily access to experts. It would have been so helpful. I couldn't have gotten to where I am, and I know that I couldn't have helped my son get to where he is without your help. And I think that every parent should know that there are resources out there for them, and that there is hope. There is a resource for them, and they just have to find the right one.
It was my pleasure to meet you 10 years ago now, and so rewarding to hear that your son is doing well, and I know how many parents you've helped because I helped you, and that's what it's all about. We can keep paying it forward.